Hi everyone, I am going to show you how to get your child logged into their Pearson Realize account for their math and reading videos. So I'm just at Google right now, and you can do a Google search of Pearson Realize, or we will send you the direct link as well to get logged in. But if you lose the link, just go to Pearson Realize. Right here, this pearsonrealize.com. You will go to sign in. Your child's username should have been sent to you in the mail. Your child's username and password in a big manila envelope. Those were all sent out. If you didn't get that and you need it, contact your child's teacher and they will get you that information. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm Emmett. Here's his username and password. Sign in. Now, I've already set up his account. I went in, so there'll be some prompts for you. Just follow the prompts. For example, you'll get to pick a picture for your child, or your child can pick a picture. But once you follow the prompts, that will get you to this screen. This is kind of the main screen for your child. The part that we're going to be using the most is the My Work right here. So go ahead and click on that. Make sure that you're in the assignments tab. I think it defaults there every time anyway. But this is where you're going to find your child's assignments. I have uploaded just the first week. So this is what 1 week is going to look like. We decided as a team that we will upload 1 week at a time. So we'll upload everything on Monday, and then everything for that week will close the following Sunday. So you'll have an entire week to get the work done and completed. Since we realize some people are still having to work, and just making sure that we had time on weekends to get things done if you can't get it done on the day it's actually assigned. So anyway, the math is pretty straightforward. We'll be sending out kind of a daily lesson plan. And so, for example, on Tuesday the 31st, the math lesson is going to be 8-1. So it's pretty plain and simple right here. So you would just click on this lesson, get started, or your child can. And then it kind of just spells out the different things that they need to do for that lesson. So number 1 here is going to be a visual learner. And as we keep going with the math, you'll see how it's very repetitive. It's the same kind of sequence each day. It's the same kind of sequence each day for the lessons. So every math lesson starts with what's called a solve and share. So that's the first front side of the math. So your child can do that, and then when they flip to the back of the solve and share, this is where this visual learning is going to come into play. It's going to visualize what's on the back of the solve and share sheet.
What do you see? 5 dogs were playing outside.
So I'm not going to go through the whole video, but the point here is when you're all finished watching the video, you need to make sure that you click over here this check mark, this blue check mark in the right corner. That's going to turn in your child's work. And so yes, you want to turn it in, and then it'll say your work has been turned in. So then when we go back, there's now a check mark here that has been completed. Once that's done, they can go on to this video. It's called Another Look. That's exactly what it means. It's just another way to show what they're learning about for that math lesson. So again, play the video.
Welcome back. Count the circles with me as I draw them. 1, 2,
and so on. Again, click the check mark in the right hand corner to turn in the work. That way we know that you've watched the video, or your child has watched the video. Okay, and then you can also send it off to the teacher so that we know that everything's complete. So you'll send to teacher, And then it'll say this here, it'll say that assignment's completed. So once the assignment is completed, it'll take it off of the assignment list. So that's kind of nice. Anything that's left is stuff that still has to be completed. So now you can see 8-1 is gone. So that's how the math's going to work. So 8-1 was for Tuesday, 8-2 Wednesday, 8-3 Thursday, 8-4 is Friday, and so on the next week. Tuesday would start with 8-5. So those will be the math lessons. And then along with the online portion, you'll have to be doing those workbook pages that go along with them, and that'll all be given to you with the daily assignments. So we'll have a assignment note going home on Class Dojo each day. Plus, we're going to try and give you access to the weekly assignments as well. So that's for math. Reading, we'll spell it out like this. So day 1 in reading will be for Tuesdays. Day 2 is going to be for Wednesdays. Day 3, there is no day 3, but this will be Thursdays. It's just access to what's called the My Skills Buddy. There's no day 3 since there's only one assignment. It just shows up as My Skills Buddy. So for example, if I click on day 1 here, I have 4 things to do. My Skills Buddy is one of them, but then on day 2, I have 2 things to do. And then if I go back, this is not showing a day 3 because it only has My Skills Buddy, if that makes sense. So when it's just the generic My Skills Buddy, that's going to go along with Thursday's work, or day 3 typically. There is no day 4 on Fridays, or the last day in the week. They have to do some IXL work or reading eggs, and that's all on the lesson plans that we're going to be giving out. And then they're also going to need to record themselves reading and submit that, but that will be all done on the dojo class, or the child's portfolio on Class Dojo. So back to, I'll just show you what day 1 looks like for reading. So we'll click on that. Again, there's 4 things to do. So the first one here is My Skills Buddy. If I go into My Skills Buddy, it's kind of been, I don't know if it's my internet or not. We'll see if it works. But it's going to ask you to open it up in a new web browser. So we'll just click this arrow and it should open it for us in another web browser. It was really slow earlier, so I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. Yeah, it keeps giving me this message here. So hopefully that gets resolved. I'm not sure why that keeps happening. I don't know if it's a Pearson issue or not, but regardless, you'll have to open it in a new tab, and it's going to bring you to those pages in the Skill Buddy. And then the pages are going to be listed on the lesson plan. So once you get into My Skills Buddy, it's an online book. It's a book that we would use at school, and you can just turn the pages. So sometimes it might say go to pages 53 and 54 or whatever, and you can turn the pages and find the pages that they need to. Like I said, hopefully this gets resolved, because you're supposed to be able to click here and it will pop up the book essentially in a new window. I've been getting that same error though, so I'm not sure if it's a Pearson thing or if it's on my end. But anyway, okay, so back to day 1. It'll show a check mark because I attempted to go in there, and that's okay. Day 2, then there's a video that or not day 2, number 2, or task number 2 for day 1. Again, is just a video, and then there's that check mark. So you'll watch the video, yada, yada, yada there, and then you'll hit the check mark. We noticed that there's coming up with 2 things here. There's 2 pages. We generally only do this first page. If you click to the next page, you do not need to type a response in here. You can just talk about it with your child. You don't have to type anything in here. That's just fine. We don't have to make them do that. So they can just watch the video basically there, and you can talk about the question, but you do not have to type a response. So when you do submit the work, you can just go ahead and do both pages. Oh, it's going to make you type in something. You don't have to type in some work. Maybe type something, then you can, I don't know. So you don't have to, like I say, type any response. You can just put none or whatever if it's going to make you type something in there. Okay. And then when you exit there, it should show, yep, it's completed. So same thing here. There's another video that they will watch. Again, when you're finished, do the check mark. Turn in, and so on. So the biggest thing is to remember is just to make sure that your child or you are hitting that check mark, just so that you guys are getting credit for watching the videos and things. And then task number 4 there for day 1 is another video. This one happens to be on cause and effect.
Cause and effect.
When you're finished, you can go ahead and check that you've turned it in as well. Okay, then once everything has that check mark next to it, you should be able to send everything off to your teacher, and then it disappears on your child's assignment list. So now day 1 is gone. So hopefully that all makes sense. There are some other cool resources that they can do in Pearson. The main thing, though, that we're requiring it for are the assignments. So if you want to get back to that home area, you can click that R on the left side. Your child can definitely go to this Explore page over here. They can explore both the reading and the math. I know there's some really cool games in the math. Here, they can explore by unit. So if I go into unit 5, that's the unit that we're currently on, and week 2, so this is the story that we'll be doing. Here's a bunch of different, here's kind of all the access to different things. So they can kind of explore if they want with that. It's some of the stuff is the same content that we're assigning. It's just not, what was I going to say? So most of the stuff is the same content. It's just on the assignments tab is what we're actually assigning them for, what we're actually assigning them to do, if that makes sense. The math, though, has some math games that are kind of cool that they can play at their own leisure. So we're in topic 8. So you can click on topic 8. Our first lesson is 8-1. There's a bunch of different games and things. We're not assigning everything. So if they want to do extra stuff, they can go to that explore area, and there's different games to go along with each lesson. So here's a game and so on. But again, we're only requiring that they go into the assignment. We're using this My Work here. If they want to do exploring and do some extra things, you can go through there. But we're kind of focusing on the My Work and the assignments tab. Hopefully this all makes sense. Please reach out to your child's teacher if you have any questions. Again, here, this is how we would sign out. Just click and sign out. Hopefully that makes sense. Good luck to everybody. I know this is super overwhelming, so hopefully it goes well. I know we're going to have a lot of questions that we need to answer. So, all right, take care, stay healthy. Thank you. Talk soon.